This is an urgent alert. If you have a bird in your home, listen carefully. This is not a theory. It's not an urban legend. It's happening right now. Over the past few nights, across different cities, across different states, people have started reporting the same strange behavior in their pet birds. Some owned parakeets, others cockatiels, others parrots, canaries, finches, birds that always follow the same routine, silent at night, asleep early, singing only when the sun rises. But suddenly, between midnight and 3 in the morning, they wake up. As if they've heard something you can't dot at first, the behavior seems subtle. Wings hitting against the bars of the cage, beaks scraping metal as if they're trying to escape. Their eyes fixed on one spot in the house, a door, a window, a dark hallway. Some owners reported their birds making repetitive sounds, short and broken, different from their normal song, almost like a pattern, a code, as if they were trying to warn you. Then comes the second stage. The song changes into silence, a heavy silence, uncomfortable, as if the bird had been cut off by something. Many owners describe the same thing, the bird freezing completely, trembling slightly, staring directly at them, as if trying to say, the danger isn't outside. It's inside the house. Some tried covering the cage. Others moved the bird into another room. But every time someone tried to control or silence the bird, its agitation grew worse. The beating of wings grew louder. And in certain cases, the bird even hurt itself against the bars of the cage, as if it would rather injure itself than stay in the same space as its owner. And before I continue, if you like stories like this, based on real reports and unexplained alerts, subscribe now. Because what I'm about to tell you next might be happening in your own home. The phenomenon doesn't stop with pet birds. Those who dared to look outside reported something even more disturbing. The sky filled with birds. Hundreds, sometimes thousands, perched on wires, rooftops, trees. No movement, no sound, just their presence, still, watching. Witnesses say their eyes reflected the light like tiny white dots in the dark, as if they weren't just looking, but observing, and then, always at the same time, 3:01 a.m., they leave. All at once, as if following an invisible command. The beating of wings fills the air for a few seconds. And then, silence. But the silence isn't all that remains. Many people reported the same smell lingering in the air, burned plastic, melted metal, like old wiring about to ignite. A smell that seeps into the house. Even with every window shut, animal behavior experts still have no explanation. But the pattern is clear. It repeats across cities, across states, almost always at the same hours. And if this happens to you, remember the rules. Do not open the window. Do not look up at the sky. Do not try to silence your bird. Close all curtains. Lock every door. If possible, stay in a room without mirrors, and if the lights start to flicker, don't go check the breaker box. 2 people disappeared that way. They were only trying to see what was happening. One of the most disturbing cases happened in Greywood. For 2 nights in a row, a family's parakeet wouldn't stop beating its wings against the cage, always staring at the living room window. On the 3rd night, the bird suddenly went quiet. The silence was so strange that the family decided to look outside. And that's when they saw it. The sky completely covered with birds, perched on the street wires, every single one of them facing the house. No movement, no sound. Exactly 3:01, they flew away. And when the silence returned, the family noticed something impossible. The back door, which had been locked, was now standing open. And on the inside of the wood, 3 long scratch marks. There were no footsteps, no movement, nothing but the bird, trembling inside its cage, as if it had seen something that was never meant to exist. And that wasn't the only case. In Riverbend, a woman reported that her cockatiel repeated the same sequence of sounds for 3 nights. In a row, 3 short chirps, a pause, then 2 long whistles, always while staring at the dark hallway of her home. On the 4th night, the bird went silent, and at that very moment, she heard soft knocking at the front door. When she looked through the peephole, no one was there, just silence. But outside, hundreds of birds sat motionless on the wires, all staring at the house. Another case was reported in Crestfield. A man woke up to his parrot screaming the same word over and over, run. He had never taught the bird that word. And when he looked outside, he saw dozens of crows circling in the night sky, completely silent. Minutes later, The parrot stopped. Silence fell over the house. And that's when the lock on the front door turned by itself. If this ever happens to you, don't ignore it. Don't try to explain it. Don't open the window to get a better look. Lock your doors. Close the curtains. Stay near your bird and trust it. Because when the song stops, that's when the real danger begins. And before you click away, hit subscribe. Here you'll always find reports, warnings, and stories that might be the only sign you'll ever get before something happens to you too.